Welcome back to the show. And if it isn't a scandal about one spare, well, it's a scandal involving another. Now, Prince Harry co-founded Centre Bale in 2006, a charity in Lesotho, Africa, dedicated to supporting children and young people affected by HIV/AIDS. Now, earlier this year, he resigned from his role in bitter dispute with the chair, Dr. Sophie Chanduka. But that wasn't the end of it. Joining me now is Royal Editor for the Daily Mirror, Russell Myers. Russell, we've covered the unfolding scandal regarding Centre Bale a few times on this show. The British Charity Commission has now handed down its report. What did the Commission find and what's been the reaction from those involved?
Well, it's been a bit of a mixed bag, Caro, and I don't think it's gone the way that Prince Harry would have thought or even liked, to be honest, because, as you said, he did step back from the charity that he founded with Prince Seeiso of Lesotho back in 2006. It was in both of their mothers' memory. They both lost their mothers at a young age. And they wanted to try and, change the fortunes of the least fortunate children in the country. And it has done some incredible work over the years. Certainly one of Prince Harry's pillars of his work. And I think he would have seen it as one of his life's work. Certainly he wanted to take it forward in a private capacity when he's, left the royal family. But there was a distinct issue between the board and the chair of the trustees, a woman called Dr. Sophie Chanduka. Prince Harry and Prince Seeiso felt that there was such a dispute that they had to step back from the charity. That was obviously leaked to the British media. And then there was sort of this explosion, this war of words between the chair, the board of trustees, who were also threatening to step down, and Harry and Prince Seeiso. So the Charity Commission got involved, and they have given a ruling this week that said, while there wasn't claims of bullying, harassment, misogyny that Dr. Chanduka had claimed, and she had claimed, pretty vociferously on British television, that war of words was continuing. But the Charity Commission has said, whilst that wasn't proved, there certainly was a sort of an ill feeling from many, many people within the charity. And I think that, while Prince Harry has said that this judgment hasn't gone the way he wanted, he has been accused of sort of cherry-picking statements from that report. And he finds himself in a pretty difficult position. He's left the charity. He's saying he's going to continue the work in that space in a private capacity. But I think the real issue is certainly the children at the centre of this charity, the people that it was actually set up to help. And they are sort of left wanting in this situation that has been described as pretty ugly between the two warring camps. So one would hope that it can get settled as much as possible and people can sort of move on as quick as possible.
Totally agree, and such a shame for all involved. Now, next week marks the 80th anniversary of VJ Day, and we understand the royal family will be out in force commemorating the occasion. What's planned?
Well, of course, big anniversary, not only for the royal family, of course, they would be expected to be front and centre of this. But I revealed this week that the King will be leading tributes. He's penned a personal address that will be going out on the morning of Friday, August the 15th. And of course, it signals the end of the Second World War. Victory over Japan. We saw the royal family out in force at VE Day as well. Lots of commemorations throughout the UK and the rest of the world. But King Charles wants to sort of not only commemorate the service, the sacrifice, and indeed the loss over the Second World War, but he will be not only visiting the National Memorial in the Midlands in the UK, but also he will be meeting veterans. I saw that for myself at Buckingham Palace when the King and Queen, the Prince and Princess of Wales, and indeed Prince George put his sort of best foot forward for his real, I suppose it was the biggest job of his royal life to date, where he was sitting down with those veterans, talking to them. The veterans were telling him at Buckingham Palace that it was so important for him to be there and to listen to the stories, to take that forward to the next generation. I think that not only the royal family, but Prince George will look back on that experience in many, many years to come, because when he is king, I think that these anniversaries are very important for the royal family to recognise. So we're going to see the King and Queen meeting veterans. We're going to see the Duchess of Edinburgh going to a care home, talking to veterans about their experiences as well. And this is not only in the UK. There will be many, many commemorations all across the world to pay tribute to the life, service and sacrifice of that greatest generation.
Absolutely, and there's increasingly less and less of those veterans around, and I think it's very important for us to commemorate that sacrifice while they're still here.